Namaste, myself GVN Dr. Monica Trivedi. Today I am going to teach you Hazel's law and its heat stimulation and its application. Okay, this topic belongs to thermodynamics, equilibrium and solution paper from BSc B.Ed, PCM ZBC and BSc PCM ZBC 4th semester. So student, what is Hazel's law? Hazel's law is all about the reactant converts into the product and the heat which is generated by this change. Okay, so what happened in Hazel's law? When multiple stages or steps occurs when the reactant converts into the product, the total enthalpy change for the reaction is the sum of all the changes. The Hazel's law is given by the Russian chemist and Dr. German Hess. He earlier published his paper on thermochemistry, and according to Hess's law, allows us to calculate the overall change in enthalpy by just simplifying the changes of the steps or the ways of when the reactant converts into the product. All these steps which proceed to convert reactant to the product at some temperature, and the equation for the individual step must be balanced. Okay, this principle is helpful to calculate enthalpy as well as Gibbs free energy and entropy. So the heat of any reaction, which is denoted as del H naught F, for the specific reaction is equal to the sum of the heats of reaction for any set of the reaction, which is sum are equivalent to the overall reaction. Okay, you can understand by this diagram. Okay, what you see in this figure, when the reactant carbon and twice mole of H2O are placed together in a box representing the state of materials involved in the reaction prior to the reaction. The product CO2 gas and twice mole of H2 are placed together in a second box representing the state of the materials involving after the reaction. The reaction arrow connecting this box is labeled with the heat of this reaction. Now we take the some material and place in a third box which contain carbon, O2 and twice mole of H2 gas. Okay, what happened here? It's just in the picture the different paths are involved in this reaction. What happened? The net heat evaluated or net heat absorbed during the reaction is independent of the path connecting the reactant to the product. Okay, so the total heat of formation or total enthalpy of this reaction is equal to the sum of the all path which conduct to change reactant to the product. Okay, so when the reaction proceed, some of the energy release, as we all know. So we can't get the energy. So what happened in this reaction, when energy of reactant converts into energy of product, the net energy is calculated by adding the all ways which conduct to change reactant into a product. So the overall heat or overall enthalpy of the reaction can be calculated by the heat of product minus heat of reactant is equals to the heat of reaction, which is denoted by Q. Under the constant pressure condition, the enthalpy or the heat, which is called also enthalpy, which is a state function, it depends upon the state of the material under the condition when the temperature, pressure and composition of the material. For example, The atoms involved in the reaction are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, each of which are represented in the intermediate state is the element form. We can see in a figure when the del H for the overall reaction is now the difference between the del H in the formation of the product P from the element and the del H in the formation of reactant R for the elements. So the heat for the both reactant and product are different, so the overall heat can be calculated by the difference of heat of product and heat of reactant. You can see the another diagram when reactant R is a reactant convert into the product, the heat is generated which is calculated by del H. When you in another diagram you can see the reactant converts into the product, the elements are the first which is converted into reactant and then it convert into the product. Okay, so the value of del H formation of each material for from the element are thus of utility in the calculation of del H for any reaction of interested. Therefore we can calculate the energy for elements in the standard state which converts into the reactant, and the heat involved in the reaction is standard enthalpy of formation which is denoted by del HF naught. Okay, so the formation of the heat can be calculated by the difference between the heat released by product and reactant. So here you can see the overall heat which is denoted by overall heat formation or overall enthalpy formation which is denoted by del H naught F is equals to the del H naught F of product minus del H naught F of reactant. Okay, so simply the Hess's law stated that when the reactant A converts into the product B, the overall enthalpy change will be exactly the same wherever you do not do it in a one step or a two step or how many steps occurs. Okay, if you look at the change on the enthalpy diagram, this is actually you can observe from the diagram. This is the diagram. You can see here when reactant A converts into product B, some energy released, and you can see another diagram when del H and enthalpy release when reactant converts into the product B by the formation of intermediate. So first diagram you can see the one step, and second diagram you can see two steps are occur. The overall heat change is a same for the both reaction. Okay, according to Hess's law, what happened? The overall enthalpy change in these two routes will be the same. That means that if you already know two of the values of enthalpy change for the three separate reactions shown on the diagram there, okay, you can easily calculate the third. So you will see the below the big advantage of doing it this way, that you have to not worry about what is how to calculate the overall heat of the reaction. You just put the heat of the product minus by the heat of the reactant and you will get the overall change in a heat formation. Okay, so you can see in this diagram when A, the initial reactant, converts into final product which is B. When it converts directly, the heat generated is del H1. When it converts by the intermediate C, the sum of the del H2 and del H3 is equals to del H1. When it converts into intermediate D and E, the heat the total heat is equals to del H4 plus del H5 plus del H6. So the any path the reactant take place to converts into the product, the overall heat generated by the system is equals to the all stages of the reactant converts into the product. So here you can see the diagram of this. Okay, what are the applications of Hess's law? Generally the Hess's law are used to for theoretical observation, we have to calculate the heat change or phase transition, or we have to calculate the heat when the substance change in allotropous, to find out the heat of formation of an unstable intermediate in a reaction, or if we find out the heat of formation in a lattice energy of ionic compound. Though these are some example of application of the Hess's law. So thanking you. This session powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeth Women's University. I hope you really like this session, and if you have any query, please mention in comment. I will resolve it on my live class. Thank you very much.